Welcome to the Giza training series. In this video, we will be going over how to retrieve connections from a Tekla structures model. Before retrieving connections, you must first make sure you have your Tekla model set up for Giza. First, open the project properties in Tekla structures. Make sure to have the project name, project number, and Info2 sections filled out. The Info2 section is where Giza grabs the job code. Next, open the user-defined attributes for the project in the Project Properties section. A new tab should be added to this window when you install Giza. This is where you define all of your project defaults for this model. Make sure to fill out the sections for the design method, reference, and the stiffener and through plate requirements. If you leave the UDL values blank, Giza will default to 50%. If you would like to apply a specific load to a connection, open the user-defined attributes on the corresponding beam for the connection. The End Conditions tab is where you will define the load for a specific connection. If these values are left blank, Giza will default to the %UDL value. Once everything is filled out in your Tekla settings, you are ready to grab connections. First, highlight all of the components involved in your connections. Once the connections have been highlighted, click the Get button on the Giza toolbar. Giza will then gather all of the data needed from the Tekla model. If any connections are not configured properly in Tekla structures, then you will need to fix the connection in Tekla before Giza can grab it. Detailed information on how to set up components is listed in Giza's help file. If you click the green cone at the bottom of the screen, any components you have selected in Giza will be selected in the Tekla model. This makes it very easy to tell which connections you are working with. If any connections were not retrieved into Giza, click on the red button next to the section that says Unprocessed Connections to see the reason they were not imported. From here, select all of the connections you want to design in the Giza list and click the Process button. Giza will then make all of the initial calculations for the connections and prepare them for designing. Please note that the more connections you process, the longer it will take. If this is the first time connections are being retrieved from the Tekla model, Giza will ask if you want to add the job to the database. This is so you can save all of your connections from the same job in one place. Once processing is finished, detailed information on each connection will be displayed. You can even sort the connections by phase, by status, or by any keyword. When a connection is highlighted in Giza, the corresponding component in Tekla structures will also be selected. To see detailed information on a single connection, click the button in the Count column for that connection. The two values on the right and middle will highlight the connecting beams and component. The icon on the left will open the single view for that connection, showing detailed information. To go back to multiple view, click the icon in the top right of Giza. Select all of the connections in Giza and hit the Apply button. This will apply the connection capacity and color coding to each of the connections in Tekla structures. This makes it very easy to see the status of each connection just by looking at the Tekla model. When you are done retrieving connections, click the Save Session button at the bottom of Giza. This will save all of the connections you have retrieved so that they are available next time you open Giza with the same Tekla model. This ends the training video on how to retrieve connections from a Tekla model. If you would like more information on how to design connections, please view the training video related to that subject on our website at www.gizasteel.com.